Hello and welcome back to Mario Forever. It's been like 2 weeks, and I'll be honest. I'm in kind of a state where I'm probably not gonna play the best. I'm a little drunk, just a tiny bit. But you know whatevs? It's legal. I'm 27. Who gives a fuck? So let's give it a shot, yo. I'm gonna jam some of this dang ass music. Gonna have a good ass time, and I hope everyone else does too. Even my voice is a little like because woo. Now I say I'm drunk, but you should know I have a very low alcohol tolerance because I drink very infrequently. So we're talking like 5 Mike's Hard Lemonades. But if that's enough to get me a little turned, then it's just oh, this is the part that got me every time. Yeah, okay. If I'm like this and I can do that, then what the fuck was I doing, you know? I mean, I missed the mushroom, but who needs shrooms when you're like this, I guess, you know? Haha, Mario doing drugs. Oh, fuck you, game. You know, fuck you. I'm not happy. Nobody's happy. Not even you, right? I did it. I succeeded where I failed last time. But who gives a shit, I guess? That was really fucked up of you, developers. You know that? Just a little bit. But, whatevs. I'm more chill than I sound, ultimately. Got ham things up for a comedic effect or entertainment value. Because ultimately, I'm here to entertain. I've basically made my, my mission statement of, this channel, everything's to be entertaining, which, speaking of which, the whole channel's launched, and I've had a few uploads go up, and, it's already more successful than my last channel, which is kind of insane. I mean, not talk about individual subscriber count. Last channel had like 66, I think. Sitting at 2 right now. But I'm talking about general viewership and how much people like it. So ultimately, I feel like there's a success, and I feel happy about that. And that's the whole thing about artistic expression. You know, I was talking with a friend recently, because my friend's writing web novels, he runs a website for, like, gaming and anime, and I think that's really cool of him. I think it's really cool, and I respect that. But he basically said recently that I was retiring from all creative, ventures, and that made me really sad. Because it's like, bruh, happiness, creative ventures, he basically said, like, his web novel and everything, that nobody's reading it. And I get that. When nobody, like, if you make a video or you make a book, I failed at the same part again, but whatever. But what I'm trying to get at is when you, like, go about creating something and nobody likes it, not even nobody likes it, but nobody recognizes it. Because I feel like if somebody, like, reads your book or watches your video and hates it, says you're a piece of shit for making it, that's, like, better than it just, like, nobody acknowledging it at all. You know what I'm getting at? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I get there's, like, this whole disheartening aspect to it. And I get that. You know, I really get that. You know, I made a whole channel with, like, 300 plus videos and 66 subscribers. And I found more success streaming than I did, you know, making traditional gameplay content. And even now, I'm making traditional gameplay content in 2022 where, let's be honest, because of streaming and all this other stuff, nobody's gonna watch it. But ultimately, it's all about, like, what you want to invest and what makes you happy. So I try to articulate to my friend, like, hey, you know, if you're doing what you're doing and it makes you happy, just you should go about a creative adventure with the mind frame that regardless of what other people think, or even if anybody sees it, that you should just do what makes you happy. And that was my ultimate, like, I'm saying like again, fuck, because I went over because all the other videos for this playthrough have been edited and posted and scheduled, and I said, like, a little too much, I'll be honest with you. So if you're here on episode 4, and you're still tolerating my shit, you got, like, nerves of steel, I guess. But, what I'm getting at is, when you go about and you make something, you should make something for your own satisfaction, as opposed to, other people. Like, I get you want to make something that other people enjoy, and ultimately, I try to go about making something that if other people were to watch it, they would have fun. So it's like, I totally get that, and, you know, do whatever makes you happy. But I was, like, trying to explain to him that you should make things for your sake, not other people's sake, for yours. And that's why I respect people who do. Like, I've been digging into a lot of YouTube drama stuff in the past week. I need the mushroom to progress? Excuse me, but what the fuck? I got a game over. Oh, well. That's life. But looking at YouTuber drama, and the biggest thing, AVGN, because I've watched AVGN for a really long time. And, you know, I've already made a statement where I don't like shitting on people. I'm not going to progress this. I'm not saying this to shit on him. Instead, I'm going to give him, like, props. Because a lot of people don't like the band he's in, Rex Viper. And I never listened to them until this last week. And I'll be honest, I don't like their music. I don't think it's very good. Fucking alcohol, but whatever. What I was getting at is I don't think it's very good. I know a lot of people don't think it's very good. But when I watch James Rolfe playing his little guitar, having the time of his life, he looks genuinely happy. And I can't be mad. Because I'm sitting here in the whole, like, thought process is like, I don't like it. It's not very good, ultimately, on an objective scale. But, like, he's having the time of his life, playing guitar, rocking out, having a grand old time. And, you know, I can't be mad because who am I to say that it's all this stuff, you know? Like, if it's not good and all this other stuff, but he's posting it, he's putting himself out there, making something that even people don't like. It takes a lot. Because it takes a lot to, like, make something and post something and all this other jazz, you know? So he's going out there, even if he is, like, not looking the best with it, if he's doing, like, what he makes him happy, bro, I can't sit there and knock him for doing that, you know? And ultimately, that's all we can all do, is hope that we can make something and just have fun with it. And the fact that he's having fun with doing it, because if you ever watch Rex Viper, which I highly recommend doing, not for the listen to the music aspect, but the, come the fuck on. But the whole aspect of, watching a grown-ass man have a fun time with his life. Can I still make it? Can I still make it? Can I still make it? Nope. Almost. So close. But watch this grown-ass, like, maybe 40-year-old something man having the time of his life, living a dream of his. And, you know, I can't sit there and say, fuck him. I can't say that. And that's the whole thing with him. It's just like, let him play his guitar, let him make his bad music, let him rock the 40-year-old dad thing and rock out as a band, you know? Let him have that moment. You know, that's just how it is, and that's life. That's how life is for all of us. And a lot of people like to sit in the whole modern era where you have to make something good that entertains me, because I need constant entertainment. Which, you know, humanity has not evolved to have constant entertainment like we do in the modern era. So there is this whole thing that's lost where we all have to have this instant gratification of, like, entertainment. Now, there's a little thing that's lost, and I'm not saying that the whole we need entertainment is a bad thing. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm trying to say is there should be a place for bad stuff that's made in the throes of passion. You know? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. I could sit there and make, like... The reason I'm not making scripted, long-form content is not from a lack of ability. It's from I lack the time. And that's a big thing, too. A lot of people have time. Like, I have a 40-hour-a-week job. And if I even had a 40-hour-a-week job like I used to when I made scripted content, that'd be fine. But the thing is, where I work, there's a level of physical taxation to my job now, as opposed to my previous big job that I had. So I'm always, like, spend at least an entire day of my day off doing nothing but relaxing. You know? So there is this, element of just recovery. And, you know, I think that's fine. So that's why I make this content. I could churn out a video every 6 fucking months. But ultimately, I don't think that's as productive as what I'm doing right now. Because ultimately, I have this whole mental space that's really hard for me to break out of leaving a mark. You know? You know what I mean is, we as a human want... Because ultimately, when we die, we leave nothing behind. Ultimately, we're forgotten. But I think if I make something and I do something with my life, I can sit there and say, hey, I've left a mark. Because Because it's not like I'm gonna have kids, let's be honest with you. I ain't having kids for a variety of reasons. So ultimately, I want to have this, like, mark still of, like, things, proof that I existed. And by churning out, like, rock-on content that makes me happy and doing something that I really enjoy, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Even though you could argue my content's not that great, and it's of a genre that not a lot of people enjoy. It's not high class either, let's be honest. I'm not, like, making high class rock-on media that everyone's gonna like. I'm making low effort bullshit. But, you know, motherfucker. Okay, I'm stopping at the 10-minute mark, okay? I'm just gonna record until I succeed. I've wasted enough of your time rambling, so I'm just going to go on with what I do. I'll see you guys after the whole speed up section in a little bit. Alright, rock on. And just like I'm back. It only took one run. You know, if you shut the fuck up for 1 second, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about me. If you shut the fuck up for just 1 second, I think you can manage. And that's, like, ultimately the lesson we can learn. Just shut the fuck up and get your shit together. You know, that was my bad, you know, whatever. That was my fault right there. But what was I getting at? I'm lost, because like I said earlier at the start of the video, I might be a slightly bit drunk off 5 Metroid lemonades. Not 9, but 5. Gotcha! Oh. You know, I've learned to be careful when I play this, because whoever designed these levels has a certain cynicism, or not cynicism, but sadisticism. Not cynicism, sadisticism. Where there's a little sadist little thing. Now, ultimately, this isn't very hard. When it comes to, like, comparing this to, like, Mario Maker levels, it's not that bad. But it's a little bit harder than the traditional Super Mario shenanigans, you know? So it causes this layer of bullshit. That's the word I'm looking for. Not the shit on the developers. Whoever made this. This is a passion project. And you know how I feel about passion projects. I ranted about them for maybe about 8 minutes. Not counting, of course. But, I have this whole thing where it's just like, yeah, it's tough, you know? There's a little layer of, I having a tough time. And, you know, I'm not the Mario expert, obviously. I'm not a Mario expert. I haven't beaten Super Mario Land 2. I don't know why I said that. Maybe it's because Super Mario Land 2 is a game I've played more than I should. Okay, here's a thing to you youngins out there. Because I know there might be a few youngins watch this channel. I'm old enough to where I rented video games from Blockbuster. And to you know who don't know what Blockbuster is, I mean, I don't want to patronize you. But Blockbuster, you know what Blockbuster is. You rent videos from, but not everyone remembers that you can rent video games from them. Not everyone remembers that, but I do. And one of the first game I rented from a Blockbuster was Super Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy. I never beat it. Here's the thing about Super Mario Land 2. I hate you developers, I'm just joking. I hate you with a searing passion. Just kidding. But here's the thing about Super Mario Land 2. It's a pretty easy game until you get to the final levels. Once you get to the final levels, you have this thing where things get a little tricky. A little tricky-dicky, I'll say, and I've never beaten it, even as an adult. Well, not as an adult. I want to say I was 17 when I last played Super Mario Land 2. I got off the 3DS eShop, okay? And even with save states that the 3DS eShop afforded me, I did not beat it. I got to the big castle levels, and I never beat it. So I'm not, like, the best Mario player on the planet. And you know what? That's okay. You know, I don't need to be the best. I don't need the best that ever. Don't need to be the best that ever was. God damn it. But I'm trying to just be entertaining. And ultimately, if I don't succeed at a level, as long as I feel like my commentary is compelling, that it will compel you to podcast this. You know? Maybe that's my goal. I'm not sure. But yeah. So ultimately, there's just this yeah. But yeah, Super Mario Land 2. I never beat it as an adult, as a teenager, or as a kid. But I enjoyed it. I remember renting it from Blockbuster, and I have a lot of fond memories of playing it at a Blockbuster. Aw, snap! Aw, snap! Now that was skizzle, my nizzle, or something like that. I don't know, I'm white. But, there's this thing where it's like, we have instant gratification with video games in the modern era. You know, it's not a bad thing. Ultimately, I think, like, the access that people have to video games is pretty good when you're not counting scalpers who ruin it for everybody. What do I mean by that? Video games are in a state currently where I don't feel like they are very accessible as they used to be. Because if you want to buy a PlayStation 5, for an example, PlayStation 5, awesome. I hate Sony, but you know what? Go for it. If you want to buy a PlayStation 5. But try buying a PlayStation 5 for sticker value in 2022, and that's where the problem comes. And I feel like, as much as I shit on Nintendo, you know, me, who's played nothing but Nintendo games on this channel so far, don't worry, after these games are done, I'm going to shift to other interests. That's something I wanted to acknowledge, is that I've played nothing but Nintendo games on this channel so far. But I'm going to shift to other interests, don't sweat it. But I'll shit on Nintendo a lot, and they have the whole scarcity thing down to a tactic, a business tactic that I don't like. Now everyone's catching up to the scarcity thing, I don't like it, I hate it. Nintendo, I feel like, established that precedent, which pisses me off. But at least the Switch, Nintendo has the foresight to know, let's make the Switch available for everybody. I get that. And I have a Switch. The last game I played on the Switch is Metroid Dread. If you have a Switch and you haven't played Metroid Dread, I'll tell you it's worth it. Even if you're hesitating on it, like I did, I hesitated on Metroid Dread, because I was like, a Metroid game, $60, oof. But, you know, Metroid Dread, super good. Not gonna lie. Like, it is really good. I'm a Metroid Fusion fan person, okay? So I can sit there for a minute and say, you know what, I'm not the most illustrious Metroid fan. Because here's the thing, before Metroid Other M came out, a lot of people don't remember. Before Metroid Other M came out, Metroid Fusion was the Metroid game to shit on. And I never understood that. And I feel like Metroid Fusion is, oh no, I'm gonna make it. Oh, I made it, okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, made it, okay, whatever. But the thing with Metroid is, Metroid fans are really hard to please, and the fact that Metroid Dread pleased everybody makes me genuinely happy. Because Metroid Dread, I was like, really has an no, bad mushroom. You know, I've never had bad shrooms in my life, I'll be honest with you. Oops, I acknowledge. No, I'm not acknowledging that I've ever done anything illegal in my life. But, okay, what was I saying? Metroid Dread. There's this hesitation, because it's $60, but it's really good. Like, it's really good. I have a high standard for stuff. Like, my whole thing with modern era is modern media sucks. And that's the whole mentality I approach with, which may not be the healthiest mentality, I'll admit. But I've been burned by new video games a lot, specifically. Like, Final Fantasy 15, I like Final Fantasy 15, but it was a disappointment. Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 is good. Disappointment. So ultimately, I come from this perspective of, like, a lot of things are going to be a disappointment. And that makes me sad, ultimately. But if you come from that mentality that I do, I feel like you're not going to be burned. And that's ultimately sad, amongst other things, because if you approach things with the idea that, oh, if it's shit, you know, whatever, I was expecting it to be shit anyway, that is really sad. But we've reached a time in the modern continuity that things are just going to be like that because of corporations, money, lowest common denominator. It's just how it's going to be, and it makes me sad, ultimately. And video games have caught up to Hollywood in that sense, where we have to make broad appeal, and broad appeal is the only thing we care about, instead of niche fun. And not to say that there isn't niche fun video games, that's far from the truth. There's a few niche fun video games that have recently come out on this indiscriminate day in early July that I'm actually pretty excited for. Will I play them for the channel, or I'll play them on my own? The world may never know. I'm of the mindset of, like, not announcing a playthrough. So let me explain. I have my last channel who did the same thing with Let's Play playthroughs. Oh, I said the naughty words, Let's Play. Oh, that's a negative connotation. I've been avoiding saying Let's Play because of that. But that's what this is. And I've been avoiding it because of the negative connotation. But I also don't like, even with my last channel, I had a habit of, like, saying, I'll play this game next. And I never did, and I play a different game. I'm very whimsical in that notion. So I don't like acknowledging anything like that. So if I don't announce what I'm going to play next, That's why, because it'll probably be completely different than what I said it would be. Anyway, I've wasted enough of your time today. I hope this is a nice Wednesday for you, because I have my upload schedule, because I'm a little bit behind on these, because I took a week off because of health problems. Whatever, let's not say anything like that. I hope you had a good day. I hope I made it a little bit better, because that's my goal. I want to entertain, I want to make you happy, so hopefully it's been good. I had fun. I hope you did. I'm at World 6 right now? I thought I was in World 5. Does World 5 now have a castle? Whatever, World 6, whatever. I just noticed that right now. Anyway, goodbye!